Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is my third time doing this reading. Maybe it's important, maybe not. Maybe I just had to do it 3 times. I made improvements on my last time, so hopefully you like it. Please show your support by liking right now or subscribing, because I'm taking time out of my day to make a video to help you to be more prepared for your week or your days. And it'll be nice if you show your support, okay? Thank you. The first card that I have for you is the Page of Pentacles. This is the first card for the reading. This is you're hearing good news about your money, and that's great because there was Five of Pentacles energy for the previous reading, although that may not be financial, but I guess any day is a good day to hear good news about money. So the next card is the Will. The Will card is here, and I didn't know why, so I clarified it, and I got the Strength card. Okay, if we're hearing good news about money, that's great, but probably you need to nurture yourself so that you can produce work, so that you can make your money. So that's the reason why that card is there. The next card is the King of Swords, okay? Next to the King of Swords is the Temperance card. And I didn't know why we had the cards in this order, because the Queen of Swords is the next card. So we have the King and Queen together with Temperance in the middle, and I didn't know what was going on. So I tried to figure out, well, what's going on? So for the King of Swords, I got that he was bored, okay? At first I thought the reason why, and for the King of Swords, I got the King of Swords, basically. The King of Swords, he is he's a negotiator, a manager, and so he's, I guess, good at ordering people around, and maybe he's kind of bored because he doesn't have anything to do at home. Maybe he has no one to order around, I'm not sure. But the reason why this couple is together with Temperance in the middle is because they need something to be moderated, like something is too extreme in between the both of them. And because they're a swords couple, they're very likely to have conflicts, I guess, about information, like to have discussions and debates, and then get into conflict over whether they agree or not. And possibly because the king is the negotiator and the strategist, he maybe wants to be right all the time. So I'm not sure if they're having issues because they argue too much, or they're having issues because of passion, or just different things. Maybe perhaps they need to moderate their eating, their drinking, something to that effect. So anyway, they were having disagreements. When I asked about the Temperance card, why was the Temperance card in between them? The answer that I got when I clarified was the Magician card. Okay, so that'll be more clear in a couple minutes, or in a minute or two. So the King and Queen of Swords are at an extreme with some issue, okay? And so the Magician, we have to make magic happen to fix this problem, okay? Now the next card is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands card is about them having a new start together because they're trying to moderate their problems. So instead of being at an extreme, they have to balance out themselves and have some type of restraint, okay? So if they restrain themselves, what happens is that the King of Swords was probably used to getting his way and trying to manage everything and tell people what to do. He's learning how to restrain himself, okay? So he also may have, I'm not sure, used alcohol as a magical means of tempering his emotions or something, or his desire to get into a conflict, or to soothe his boredom. I'm not sure. And now that's not something I'm suggesting for you guys to do. I'm just explaining to you what's going on in this reading. So, okay, the next card is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card that we use when we're trying to prevent our enemies from overtaking us. So this King of Cups is our King of Swords, just in better energy. He's more emotional right now. And so maybe perhaps he thinks that there are men going after his queen, maybe. I'm not sure if that's his enemy. And that possibly makes sense. I'm not sure if that's the best reason because I didn't really clarify it. could possibly clarify it, but the point is that as he is trying to prevent his competitors from overtaking him, he is toughening himself up, okay? Instead of being emotional or in a party mood and drinking, whatever he's doing, he's toughening it up and he is becoming more, I guess, more mature to a certain degree. The King of Wands, he's fiery, he's passionate, and that's great and wonderful, but he's also honorable. So I'm not sure if cheating was an issue between the King and Queen of Swords or not, but right now the King of Swords is in honorable energy, so if he was cheating in the past, he isn't now. And so the next card here is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a card about new beginnings and love, so perhaps the King of Wands, now tempering his boredom or something, now he is offering a new beginning in love with his partner. And so the Artist card is the next card. The Artist card is about creating something for yourself. I guess that's kind of obvious. I didn't really know to what degree, what did it mean specifically, so I clarified that. And then I got the Eight of Pentacles. It's about putting in the hard work and effort so that you can produce what you actually desire. So if the King of Wands was wanting his wife to be happy, he's learning how to behave himself so that he can keep her happy, so he can keep a happy relationship instead of having a separation or something, or a divorce. So I guess they're figuring out what they want and working on that maybe together, or maybe it's just the King of Wands doing that on his own. Anyway, the next card is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I initially, when I did the reading earlier, I thought it was more so that the Artist card was the couple coming together and forming a business of some sort, like a business idea. But I think it's just them, the King of Wands working on his behavior to be honorable instead of being so passionate and out of control. Technically, the King of Wands is passionate. I think this is more, I almost am wondering, is this an issue of intellectual boredom? Because the King of Swords is about his intellect and private conversations and about, I guess, strategizing different things to, this is starting to sound familiar now. Maybe not in a good way. Okay, so the King of Swords maybe likes to get his own way and control. That might be a better explanation. And so maybe he was bored because he wasn't having his way. I'm not sure if that's what's going on. So the Four of Pentacles here is whatever plan it is that the Artist card was about. It's about, I guess, behaving the masculine energy so that he can keep his relationship together. Well, that plan is successful here, shown by the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so the next card is the Empress card. So the Empress card here is maybe perhaps the Queen of Swords fixing up the home and fixing up herself, I guess, so that the King and Queen can have a more intimate connection, or they can enjoy their home life better. Or perhaps the Empress is pregnant. This is the Queen of Swords, okay, her energy. Or maybe perhaps they're pregnant with some type of business idea, okay? And earlier, like I said, I thought this was a little bit about business, but now that I'm doing it for the third time, I think it's all relationship. So it could be possible that the pregnancy could be an issue, because we'll see in a couple cards down the way. Okay, so the Two of Swords in the reverse is about the couple. So they're not clear about something, okay? So they have a lack of clarity about their home life together, or about a pregnancy, or about a business idea, something to that effect. Like, maybe they're not clear if they both agree on these issues together, because they're the Swords couple, so they both have their own opinions, and then maybe have a hard time coming to a clear decision between the two of them. So the Four of Swords in the reverse, and I'm not sure if I said the Two of Swords was in the reverse. Anyway, the Four of Swords in the reverse is about an illness, okay? So I think that there's possibly a pregnancy, and maybe they're unclear about what to do about it, because the illness might be like morning sickness or something like that, backaches, different things like that. weight gain, whatever the case may be. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is a card about, I guess, enjoying your material security or something. And I was wondering if this was, say for instance, if the Queen of Swords was pregnant, maybe perhaps she was at home enjoying like her home life, the material goods that are in her home. I tried to clarify it, but the card really didn't make sense. So I'm not sure if I should have tried again. The clarifying card maybe didn't come out clearly because maybe I didn't need it. It was the Three of Wands, which we already had that card. It was a new start. I also got the Chariot, and I wasn't sure how that... I got these two cards, I put it back in my deck. So I was like, well, I didn't understand how those two were relevant. A new start, maybe that's the baby. A new start and the Chariot moving forward. Oh, okay. Gosh, I'm so silly. I'm glad the deck was right next to me. Okay, so I wasn't sure how that clarified the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, but I understand its purpose if I tell you. Okay, so if there is a baby, it's a new start and they're moving forward with it. So it's a baby that they're keeping. No, I understand at least. But I don't know how it's relevant to this Nine of Pentacles card, but maybe you guys will see. Okay, so the next card is the Six of Swords card in the reverse. This is a card about delays and challenges. So now I'm not sure if that's in regard to a pregnancy or if it's in regard to, I don't think a business idea is relevant. So I guess it's in regard to a pregnancy. Or it could be in regard to the home life. So the next card is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's a lack of others cooperating. And like I said earlier, I thought we were talking about a business idea. So now this is in regard to maybe a new child coming into the family. And so I'm not sure if others won't approve of it or something to that effect. Okay, so the next card is the Nine of Swords in the reverse. And so this is a card about recovering from frustration, I guess. Or recovering from illness. That actually makes more sense. Okay, so now that I've done this for the third time, now this Eight of Cups card is about a separation. Not sure what the separation is about. Separation, I'm not sure. Maybe perhaps the couple decided, let me put down this card for a minute. Maybe perhaps the couple decided to clear their minds of the issue so that they wouldn't worry. I'm not sure what this delay and challenges card is about, because as I'm doing this reading, things are making a little more sense. So regardless, at the end of this reading, we have the Six of Wands, and this is a card about victory. So maybe perhaps taking your mind off of your worries will give you victory in the end. I'm not sure what's going on in your personal situation right now. But, so anyway, remember what I stated to you earlier. Please show your support by liking my videos if they have meaning to you, if they resonate with you. You can make a comment about it if it's something that did resonate with you, and you can also subscribe, okay? So don't let me work in vain. Please show your support, okay? Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.